Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Donaldson Field, home of Bishop Fenwick. And it's the big one on Thanksgiving Eve. It was supposed to be St. Mary's taking on Fenwick Thanksgiving Day. They moved it. A lot of teams moved their games to Thanksgiving Eve because of the horrible weather that's predicted for Thanksgiving Day. Some didn't, some did. Fenwick will kick it off. Fenwick comes in at 8-2, St. Mary's 7-3. St. Mary's looking for yet another championship. They won the Eastern Mass Championship last week against Cohasset. They could get a piece of the Catholic Central League if they could knock off Fenwick here at their home field. And next week, they will be playing at Gillette for the state championship in Division 7, taking on Blackstone Valley. Fenwick is tough. They have 14 players scored at least one touchdown as they kick it off. They kick it past everybody in and out of the end zone. St. Mary's will get it at the 25-yard line. And we're underway. They started to put the ball to the 20-yard line, and now they put it at the 25. St. Mary's comes out in that tight double wing. O'Leary, the quarterback. Not going very far. Sal Affolito. Gets back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. It appears as though St. Mary's are sitting a lot of people. I'm not a disciple of this. I think this game, Thanksgiving, is more important than the Super Bowl. People remember this one. Not many people remember Super Bowls. Turning the corner, getting close to a first down is Nebo. They give him a first down. At the 35. So there's pros and cons, but I think more people remember the Thanksgiving Day games, the rivals. These kids, not so much English classical especially, but these kids, if they happen, some of them might have played with each other. I know Piscatoris from Fenwick is a Lynn kid. I don't know if there's any other Lynn kids. But they played with and against each other in different sports. They certainly have played against each other for 4 years, the seniors, in a lot of sports. It was George Percy. Picking up 4.
2nd and 6.
So that's my opinion. Some people think Super Bowl is more important. Those come along once in a blue moon. Thanksgiving, the rivalries are every year. They run smack into the teeth of that defense. They pick up 3.
3rd and 4.
3rd and 3 from the 42-yard line. Well, I'm sure some of the St. Mary's fans who came over bought a ticket, sitting in this frigid, and it is very icy cold, are not happy. St. Mary's not putting their best product out on the field. They give it to Nebo, turns the corner, lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage as he's knocked out of bounds. So it's going to be 4th and 3.
4th down and 4. On St. Mary's 42-yard line.
Looks like St. Mary's might be going for it. They're discussing it. And I think we might see a timeout. They're taking a lot of time. But now O'Leary brings the ball back to the huddle. So if you're not playing all your regulars, it's almost like you're almost throwing up a white flag before you start. And now we do get a timeout.
Timeout, St. Mary's.
So when you send out sophomores and underclassmen, and people that haven't played offense that much this year, going against Fenwick, who's not going to the Super Bowl, and they're looking to get a Catholic Central League championship outright, you're kind of giving Fenwick an edge before the game even starts. So I'm sure some of the St. Mary's fans are not happy either. So they're going to go, they may be going to a long count to try and draw Fenwick offside. They snap it. Coming to the near side, they're not going to get anywhere near. Driven out of bounds is Nebo. Fenwick's going to get great field position to start their opening drive. So they gave Fenwick a little bit of an edge, not putting the starters out in the field. Now they give them a bigger edge going for it on 4th down. And they're going to have it at the St. Mary's 39-yard line, I think. Corey Bright is the quarterback. They send wideouts to the near side, one to the far side. They fill the backfield with Bright. Now they go in motion to the far side. Bright rolling, looking, comes back to the near side, dragging people with him, getting out of the tackle, and getting knocked out of bounds is Derek Del Vecchio. So one play of 1st down. Down to the 23. They picked up 16. They had everybody looking to the far side. They dropped it off to the near side to Del Vecchio. Off the left side. Inside the 10, inside the 5. That's Angel Martinez.
Another 1st down.
They put it at the 4. So right off the bat, Fenwick. 1st and goal at the 4. Off the left side with Martinez again, easily into the end zone for the touchdown. So they go 39 yards in 3 plays. Martinez gets 23 of them. The 16-yard pass to Del Vecchio. And very quickly they jump on top 6-0. David Cifuentes. Kick is short. So St. Mary's will get it back. This is not a videotape replay. This is Fenwick kicking off again. We mentioned George Piscatoris is from Lynn. Angel Martinez, who scored the touchdown, is from Lynn. Thomas Hazard is a lineman from Lynn. Nick Valentin, a young freshman lineman, is from Lynn as well. So they got a few Lynnites. Martinez scored the touchdown. We told you they've had 14 different players score touchdowns. They get it back to the 21-yard line.
On their 21-22 yard line.
First and 10 from the 21. O'Leary, the quarterback, is a junior. He's really the only regular out there in the offensive backfield. We don't see Freeman. We don't see Donahue. We don't see Echeverria. We don't see Falahi. All holdouts. Slipping a couple of tackles. Pretty nice run by Affolito, the young sophomore. They give him to the 29. He picked up 8. It'll be second down and 2. It's O'Leary with the quarterback sneak.
First down by St. Mary's.
He gets enough for the first down. He put it to 37. He picked up 8. So back-to-back 8-yard runs. Give St. Mary's their second first down. And St. Mary's would love to play keep away. Hold on to it as long as they can. Run the clock, shrink the game. That's Affolito again with a nice run. They put it to 43, picked up 6. Second down and 4. St. Mary's second possession. O'Leary with the quarterback sneak again. Backs his way into Fenwick territory. Still going, getting help from his friends. He's got a first down. Everybody pushing, tugging, pulling. He got to the Fenwick 46. 11 yards and a first down.
First and 10 on the Bishop Fenwick 46 yards.
He's got two quarterback sneaks for 19 yards. They hit him in the backfield this time. Apolito almost got back to the line of scrimmage. He lost a yard. We're going to timeout. Just over 2 minutes left in this first period. Fenwick easily scored going. St. Mary's went for it on fourth down and missed. Fenwick only had to go 39 yards. They did it in 3 plays. 2 big plays, a 16-yard pass to Novecchio, a 19-yard run by Martinez. And Martinez from Lynn banged it in from the 4. He's got 23 yards and 2 carries. Nebo is going to get buried in the backfield. They put it back in midfield for a loss of 3. 3rd and 14. Corey Bright for Fenwick was out injured. Came back this year, played half a season. Show you how good he is. He's passed for over 1,100 yards and 16 touchdowns. Wilson, his replacement, Chris Wilson, passed for 810 yards and 7 touchdowns, so 23 touchdown passes thrown by Fenwick. So Fuentes is their leading scorer with 15 touchdowns. He's kicked 30 extra points. He scored 120 points coming into this game. And they have to go downfield because one of the markers just blew out onto the field. We told you, it is a miserable night. It is ice cold. The wind is blowing 80 miles an hour. And to sit in the stands and watch this, everybody should be given the red badge of courage. They shouldn't have charged people to come in. You had to have a lot of intestinal fortitude to show up. Third and 14. O'Leary looking to throw. Picked off and dropped. They had the interception. It just floated in the air against the wind. It'll be 4th down. I don't think St. Mary's will go from here. Snap goes by everybody. All the way down to the 20-yard line. So could you have a better start if Bishop Fenwick said, here's the way we would like this first half to start? They couldn't possibly have even imagined it would start this way. at the 20-yard line. They lose 30 yards on the play. So from the 20-yard line. Fenwick, great field position again. St. Mary's bouncing all over the place up at the line of scrimmage. Right, lobs it up in the end zone, incomplete. Even if he caught it, it was no good. He was out of bounds. Winding down this first period. Fenwick looking to go up by 2 scores. They have it at the 20-yard line, 2nd and 10. After a botched punt attempt, lost 30 yards for St. Mary's.
2nd and 10. Bishop Fenwick on the 20-yard line.
Fenwick 3-0 in the Catholic Central League. St. Mary's and Archbishop Williams are 2-1. So a win here could possibly make it a tri-championship. St. Mary's bouncing all over the place up front. And Fenwick takes advantage and runs straight ahead inside the 5. And that's David Cifuentes. St. Mary's not getting set. They put the ball, we'll call it the 5-yard line, give him 15. We told you he's their leading scorer with 120 points coming in. He almost got another one there. Martinez with the carry. I don't know if they'll get this play off. He got it down to the 1. 2nd and goal, and if you look at the officials' shirts blowing in the breeze, you'll see how absolutely frigid cold it is. They're not going to get the play off. St. Mary's winds up with 15 yards in the first period, 3 first downs. Fenwick has 58, 42 rushing, 16 passing. Martinez has 23 of those. And Fenwick on the verge of making it a 2-score game. They have it 2nd and goal at the 1. So a very fast-paced first period. St. Mary's keeping it on the ground. They threw it once. Fenwick threw it twice. They completed one. St. Mary's pass was picked off and then dropped. O'Leary had 2 carries for 19 yards for St. Mary's. So the backups for St. Mary's keeping it close, 6-0, but on the verge of making it at least 12, maybe 14. As they have it 2nd and goal at the 1.
2nd down and 2.
Ian Corner, a lineman in the backfield, he gets the carry. Off the left side.
I didn't see who had the ball.
So they put Ian Corner in the backfield, and he runs it in. $20 yards in 4 plays. And they'll look for 2. And they go double wing. And now we got motion against Tech. They flinched. So they're moving back to the 8. So Fenwick, little gimmick, putting a lineman in the backfield. And he untouched off the left side into the end zone. And it's 12-0 Fenwick. Again, going for 2. Again, they go to that double wing. Little misdirection with Cifuentes, wide open. Nobody touched him. He could have run all the way back to St. Mary's. That makes it 14-0. And Fenwick will kick it off again, this time from left to right on your screen. St. Mary's might have been at a little bit of a disadvantage even with the starters on the field. Fenwick is averaging 34 points a game, giving up only 13. St. Mary's is averaging 33, but giving up 22. And it's a little bit deceiving because we mentioned Fenwick is 8-2. In the 2 games they lost, they've given up 138 points, Fenwick. In 2 of the games they lost, they gave up 77. They kick a ground ball, fielded at the 15-yard line.
Picked up by Zach Barton.
Barton with the return gets him outside the 30-yard line to the 33. St. Mary's talked about giving up 22 points a game. Part of that was 42 points they gave up against Catholic Memorial, who was going to the Division I Super Bowl. Afolito not going anywhere. Gets piled up. I'm waiting to see where they put the ball down. They're afraid to put it down, it'll get blown away. He put it to 35 for 2. Second and a long 8. Here's that quarterback sneak again. This time they don't go as far. Across the 35, it's going to bring up a 3rd and long. They give him 3. Third and 5 for the Spartans. Their initial possession of the second period. They're in a 14-0 hole. the pitch. There's a flag on the play. Nebo not going to go far at all. Let's see what the flag is about. They're indicating a 30-second timeout by St. Mary's. I'm not sure what that was all about. They put it back at the 38 for no gain. And he immediately called a timeout. Fourth down coming up. He can't be going for this. They need 5 yards. They're lining up to go. They're trying to draw him offside, I think. And they didn't do it. Fenwick didn't bite. So they call another timeout. And now they'll kick it away. So again, Fenwick should get good field position, not as good as they've got on their first 2 possessions. They only had to go 59 yards for 2 touchdowns. St. Mary's gave him outstanding field position. The snap is low again. They get the kick off. It's going nowhere. I take it back. They're going to get great field position again. They didn't kick it back to the line of scrimmage. It's a 1-yard kick. Snap was low. They had to go get it. They kick it away. And Fenwick is going to have it for the second time at the St. Mary's 39-yard line. They got it the first time at the 39. Took them 3 plays to score. And they're back again. They haven't snapped the ball outside the St. Mary's 40-yard line yet. Right over the middle. There's Del Vecchio with another catch. That's the way they started the first 39-yard drive, the pass to Del Vecchio. They put it at the 17-yard line. They picked up 22. He's got 2 catches for 38 yards. So Fenwick hasn't snapped the ball outside the St. Mary's 40-yard line. And this is their 3rd possession. So Fuentes started up the middle, cuts it to the outside, turns the corner, looking for the end zone. Gets bumped out of bounds. They put it at the 2-yard line. All Fenwick here. They go back to the spread. So Fuentes off the left side, easily in for the touchdown. They went 39 yards in 3 plays for their first touchdown. They go 39 yards in 3 plays. And they did it virtually the same way. First play, a pass to Del Vecchio. The last time was 2 runs by Martinez. Now it's 2 runs by Cifuentes. He picks up 17.
Forward Rice goes extra 2 points. Wide right and wide left. Snap. Even Martinez has a
They look for 2.
in for the touchdown.
Martinez walks in.
Excuse me, 2 points after.
So just like that, Fenwick goes 118 yards for 3 touchdowns. And they have yet to snap the ball outside the St. Mary's 40-yard line. They went 39-3, 20-4, and 39-3. 10 plays, 3 touchdowns. And once again, it'll be Fenwick kicking it off. So Winters using that right foot again. And as he came up to kick it, the wind blew it away. We told you, it is miserable. I don't know if you can see the Fenwick players on the sideline just bouncing up and down, trying to stay warm. It's difficult to stay warm if you're playing. If you're on the sideline not playing, it's even harder to stay warm. And never mind talking about the fans in the stands. St. Mary's will down it at their 39-yard line. They caught the ground ball. I think that was Tony Bello. I think they're going to put it at the 38. He said 118 yards. Fenwick is going 98 yards. And they pile them up. They give me a yard on the play. So 98 yards, and they've scored 3 touchdowns. 2nd and 9. From the dreaded 39-yard line of St. Mary's. Somebody's got the ball twice right here at the 39 and scored 2 touchdowns. So get it beyond the 39-yard line. Coming to the near side, not get piled up and knocked back. Ali Barry is in at quarterback. So St. Mary's really going to their backups. They put it back at the 38. So it's 3rd and 10. This is almost like the JVs playing the varsity. Some of these kids have contributed to the success for St. Mary's this year, but most of the time it's been defensively. They haven't really seen any offense till late in the game. Trying to turn the corner. Can't. Percy with the carry. They give him the 40-yard line. And it's going to be 4th and 8. And this will be an adventure for St. Mary's kicking the football. Another ground ball. The kick is partially blocked. Bobbled. St. Mary's will get it. Fenwick bobbled it. Martin Marangi, or Marangi. For the first time, St. Mary's is going to snap it in Fenwick territory. Marangi fell on it at the Fenwick 38. They kicked a little ground ball. They tried to scoop it up and run with it and left it behind. And Marangi said thank you. O'Leary is back in at quarterback. O'Leary looking to throw. We got a flag on the play for some reason. That might be St. Mary's downfield. I thought the official on the near side threw a flag. He did. It was against St. Mary's. Ineligible receiver downfield. So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Spartans. We're in the second period. Fenwick has had a very tasty Thanksgiving so far. 22-0. St. Mary's has gifted them. Going for it on 4th down, not getting it. 39 yards, a bad snap, 20 yards. Another bad snap that only went a yard. Another touchdown. And St. Mary's going to get it to the 41. We got a timeout called by Fenwick. So again, you look and say pros and cons. You hold out regulars getting ready for a Super Bowl, and the way this playoff system is working, it's almost making Thanksgiving games meaningless, and that's a shame. Because alumni come back, parents are here, student body, it means a lot. The friendships you make playing against teams, not only in this sport, but you play against each other in other sports. Baseball, basketball, hockey, lacrosse, you get to know everybody. We mentioned already there are Lynn kids that probably know some of the Lynn kids from St. Mary's. And it's memories you hold on forever. Super Bowl memories drift away. People don't really remember them. I've been to a lot of them doing the Everett games. Most Everett people don't even bother going to the Super Bowl games anymore. They've been to so many. Now you take somebody who only goes once in a while, it can't be a great memory as opposed to Thanksgiving rivalries every year. So I don't think putting your two up against each other, Thanksgiving totally outranks the Super Bowl. It's far more important. It sounds great to win a, state championship, but these kids from St. Mary's are going to play Blackstone Valley next week. They can't find Blackstone Valley on a map. They probably didn't even know there was a Blackstone Valley High School until they found out they were playing them. But they certainly know that there's a Bishop Fenwick High School. This is as hot a rivalry as it is for English and Classical. Fenwick leads it, 19 wins, 11 for St. Mary's, 1 tie, just the holidays. St. Mary's coming in had won 2 in a row here on Thanksgiving Day. O'Leary bangs into the, it can't get any worse for St. Mary's. O'Leary turned around and banged into Nebo, and they fall down at the 41 for no gain. It's going to be 3rd and 13. And if you're St. Mary's fans, I'm sure you were ecstatic driving over to Fenwick, buying a ticket to get in, sitting in the stands, and then finding out that St. Mary's is not putting their best players on the field. So that makes some St. Mary's fans very unhappy. On top of freezing in this cold weather. Coming to the near side, getting stood up. Might have got a yard if they were lucky. I think Fenwick called another timeout. They're trying to hold the clock. They give him a yard to the 40-yard line. Is St. Mary's going to kick it away here? We're going to full timeout. St. Mary's is going on the sideline. Fenwick has not. They just call a timeout to try and preserve the clock. They went for it on their own 39. Actually, their own 42. And it wound up with a 3-yard loss, and it turned in with 39-yard touchdown drive for Fenwick. They had a mirror image 39-yard drive 2 possessions later. In between, they had a bad snap on a punt. Only had to go 4 yards, and they put 3 scores on the board. And it's 22-0 Fenwick. O'Leary's in the game, so it appears they're going to go. They can't, suck them offside here because it wouldn't give them a first down. O'Leary looking to throw. Dumps it off. Picked off at the 32-yard line. Just over 2 minutes left in this first half. Fenwick will have it at their 42-yard line. They send wideouts everywhere. Bright in the backfield by himself. Over the middle, caught. Inside the 35-yard line. And that's still Vecchio again. At the 33. Wright pass for 63, all 63, 3 catches by Del Vecchio. Motion now to the near side. Bright looking again, looking for a touchdown. He had a man behind the defense just a little bit long. Looking for George Fiscatoris, that's the Lynn kid. We already had Martinez from Lynn score a touchdown. He's only a sophomore. So Fuentes, their leading scorer. I don't know how he got out of Everett, being that good a player. He's only a junior. That's a trip for him every day to go to Bishop Fenwick. Second and 10. So Fuentes straight ahead, stays on his feet, looking for somebody to block. He walks in, 33 yards for the touchdown. He couldn't find anybody to try and bowl over. Nobody was anywhere near him. So they go 58 yards in 3 plays. Their longest drive has been 4 plays, and that was the one that went 20 yards. They snapped the ball once outside the St. Mary's 40-yard line. That was this drive. And they go for 2 again. They give it to the wideout. And it's Fiscatoris. So the Lynnite, 2 Lynnites getting on the board. Fiscatoris with the conversion. Martinez with the touchdown. They've gone over 150 yards of offense with 7 first downs. St. Mary's, on the other hand, has 23 yards of offense, 3 first downs. And Fenwick will kick it off. It was actually a 38-yard run. He kicked the ground ball, giving yardage. Giving a lot of yardage. Running back was with Sam Mellon, trying to get around the corner to go to from the near side to the far side, and he wound up giving up a lot of yardage. And he'll be back at the 30-yard line. We'll call it the 31. Last possession for St. Mary's here, and to make matters even worse, Fenwick is going to get the ball to start the second half. Barry's back in at quarterback. Percy with the carry. Picks up a couple to the 43. or 33. Second and 8. Barry is back in at quarterback. He's only a freshman.
St. Mary's hands off the number.
Affolito gets hit in the backfield and dropped. And that's going to do it, I think, for the
30, St. Mary's nothing.
They put it back at the 30-yard line for a loss of 3.
50-50 ticket.
And the half comes to a close. Huge half. Fenwick only snapped the ball once outside the St. Mary's 40-yard line, and they took that 58 yards for a touchdown. The drive, 13 plays by Fenwick. They've scored 4 touchdowns. They lead St. Mary's 30-0 at halftime. St. Mary's will kick it to Fenwick to start the second half. Fenwick in the first half, 4 touchdowns, 156 yards, 17 plays, 4 touchdowns. They snapped the ball once outside the St. Mary's 40-yard line, and that was after St. Mary's recovered a fumble but couldn't go anywhere. And Fenwick got the ball back, and they went 58 yards in 4 plays, with Cifuentes going the final 38. High pop-up, fielded, fair catch call for him, hit at the 40-yard line.
Number 23.
I told you Fenwick has had high-scoring offense. They've had 14 different players score at least 1 touchdown. Cifuentes led them with 15. He also kicked 30 extra points. We haven't seen Keegan O'Connor at all, wearing number 10. He's their big receiver. 9 touchdown catches, 529 yards. George Fiscatoris, the Lynn kid, 3 catches, 461. 3 touchdown catches, 461 yards passing. Martinez, the other Lynn kid, scored the first touchdown of the game on a 4-yard run. He also has rushed in a 2-point conversion. A couple of linemen from Lynn that we mentioned before, we'll mention again.
Stephen Fabiano on that run for a good 6 yards, so it should be second and 4.
4-yard pickup.
Let's go, St. Mary.
Straight ahead again with a head of steam up. That's Destino. He's finally wrapped up and knocked down inside the 15-yard line. All the way down to the St. Mary's 13-yard line.
It's first and 10. St. Mary's
41 yards. He's got 45 yards on his first 2 carries in this second half.
12-yard line.
He's only a sophomore. This is a very young team. And there's Destino again. Now they fake it to him. Bright keeps it. And Bright walks in. Great fake by Bright. He walks in 13 yards for the touchdown. That's another 3-play drive. They've still only snapped the ball twice outside the St. Mary's 40-yard line. Total domination by Fenwick. Castino with the conversion. It's 38-0. Fenwick is on that one drive, 3 plays, they've gone over 200 yards. And I feel like a broken record, but Fenwick is going to kick off again.
Fenwick is kicking off. It's a motion.
At the 16-yard line, Baden turns the corner. Nice return. Only a sophomore. Out across the 35, close to the 40-yard line. They put it at the 39. So it's a nice 24-yard return by Baden. St. Mary's will have it for the first time. And you just about say this one is over. Obviously, it's 38-0. We're in the third period. St. Mary's kind of threw up the white flag to begin with, not playing hardly anybody in this game. Even going with Barry the freshman, now almost exclusively with Barry the freshman at quarterback. They got back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Oh, they give me a yard to the 40. So Fenwick is going to be the sole Catholic Central League champion. St. Mary's will not get a piece. Archbishop Williams could have, if they won their game also with St. Mary's winning, they could have got a piece. You can almost hear the wind blowing. You got to be a really ardent football fan to stay here. The ball goes to the ground. Fenwick recovers it. Jake Miano recovers it. So once again, he'll snap it inside the St. Mary's 40-yard line. Faking, going for the juggler, leading 38-0, and trying to hit Dan Richard downfield. Fenwick's not looking to take any prisoners. They're not trying to shrink the game and get the fans out of here in this cold weather. He's completed 3 for 63 yards, and all 3 of them went to Derek Del Vecchio, who had 4 catches for touchdowns coming into this game. They run it straight ahead, a big hole, slipping a tackle, breaking another tackle, getting a good block downfield. O'Connor with a big block downfield, and Destino takes it 37 yards for a touchdown.
Completely wrong. That was tough at Destino. 28. Getting old in the
So they take advantage of another turnover, 37 yards in 2 plays.
One of the fans up front said, what if they're frozen? They are.
84 yards in 3 carries by Destino. So 22 plays, 6 touchdowns. And Cervantes usually kicks the extra point, but they're going for 2 again. Little misdirection with Martinez.
Angel Martinez and the 2-point conversion is good.
They give it to the Lynn kid.
Bishop Fenwick 46, St. Mary's 0.
$46-0. And for the umpteenth time, Fenwick will kick it off. I think I said 156 yards, 4 touchdowns. Obviously, it was 5 in the first half.
Christian Orser will kick off for Bishop Fenwick.
7 for 7. St. Fenwick has scored 7 consecutive times.
Sarlacc leader is back.
And they're not going to get back to the 20-yard line.
The 20-yard line, or the 18-yard line.
At the St. Mary's 19 is where they'll put it in play. So we should be seeing a lot of new faces in there for Bishop Fenwick. They're going to go to 9 and 2. St. Mary's is going to go to 7 and 4. St. Mary's will dust themselves off, try to put this one in the rearview mirror as they lose yardage again, and get ready for Blackstone Valley next week. They lose a yard to the 18.
2nd and 12.
So turkey is going to taste really good for Bishop Fenwick, as they're going to be Catholic Central League champions, undefeated through the conference. They've had a very good year. They had a down year last year, but they've certainly made it back. They're going to finish 9 and 2, 5 and 0 in the conference. St. Mary's is going to finish up 7 and 4. They'll be 2 and 2 in the conference. Trying to get back to the 20-yard line. Third down and 9. I'm calling it the 20, the ball just slightly inside.
3rd and 10.
Wide out to the far side. Trying to turn the corner and getting pushed out of bounds as he gets just across the 20. And punting has been an adventure. Fenwick takes a timeout. I'm not sure why.
This is a 4th down. Deep into St. Mary's territory.
They called him out at the 20-yard line for no gain. This has been an adventure. One went by the punter, resulted in a touchdown. The other one rolled to the punter. He tried to kick it away, only got a punt of a yard away. Turned into a touchdown.
Jake Conley is back for Bishop Fenwick.
Snap is better. The kick is blocked.
And it could be I have to wait for the signal.
The kick got blocked by Wilson. He's the backup quarterback.
Not a touchdown, but it's up for Bishop Fenwick. 1st and 10.
The ball's at the 1-yard line.
Stand, I believe. And that's the end of the 3rd period. So the ball will switch over to if you're one of the fans, if you understand, it's off to your right side.
I believe that was the last play of the 3rd period, and it was. St. Mary's has a total of 21 yards of offense and 3 first downs through 3 periods. Fenwick with 258. They've scored 7 straight times. They're about to make it 8 straight times because the block punt recovered at the 1-yard line. It's going to be a force to be reckoned with next year, this Fenwick team. So Fuentes is a junior. The backup quarterback who we told you, he passed for over 800 yards and 7 touchdowns, Wilson. He's only a junior.
That's because my feet are cold.
Excuse me, he's a sophomore. Testino's a sophomore. Fuentes is a junior. Martinez is a sophomore. They've got a ton of players from a 9-2 team coming back next year. So Coach Woods is building a dynasty here at Fenwick. From the 1-yard line. Again, they put the lineman. Ian Connor in the backfield. He's already got one. They give it to him again, and he bangs in again.
And it got to a touchdown.
One yard, one play. 23 plays, 8 touchdowns, 8 in a row scored by Fenwick.
That was scored by number 50.
Their longest drive was 4 yards, and that one only took 20 yards. 3 possessions, 4 possessions, 3 plays. 1 possession, 2 plays. 1 possession, 1 play.
Fenwick's going for the
2 possessions, 4 plays. flag on the play as they throw it in for the conversion. Let's see what the flag is about. The conversion to Fuentes. It's against Fenwick.
Yeah, man. What's the point?
St. Mary's takes over.
$52-0. And the starters for Fenwick are still on the field in the fourth period. They're not taking any prisoners. And they're going to shut the extra point down. I think that was Percy. So here we go again. Fenwick kicking off. They've done it a few times tonight. We mentioned before this was supposed to be played Thanksgiving morning. He changed it to tonight because the weather is supposed to be atrocious tomorrow morning. I don't know how much worse it can be than tonight. Some loyal fans are still sitting in the stands. I don't know if they're sitting because they're Fenwick fans or if they're just frozen to the seats. They may not be able to get out. It is bitterly, bitterly cold. A horrible night to be outside, a horrible night to play football. And unfortunately for St. Mary's, it's going to be Fenwick doing all the celebrating.
Nice kick again.
They kick it deep. And it's a touchback. So St. Mary's will get it at their 25-yard line. Thankfully, we're in the fourth period. Martinez scored from the 4. Corner, the lineman got his first of 2. He'll remember this Thanksgiving Eve game. Fuentes with the rush, it was 14-0. Fuentes from the 2, Martinez ran it in, 22-0. Fuentes 38 yards. Fiscatoris, the Lynn kid, ran in. Martinez, the Lynn kid with the touchdown we mentioned, made it 30-0 at halftime. Bright went it in from the 13. Sestino with the conversion made it 38-0. Sestino went 37 yards. Martinez with the conversion made it 46-0. Corner got his second, the lineman, going in. Conversion no good. Made it 52-0.
It's a good 5-yard loss.
St. Mary's has done absolutely nothing.
That was a 2-yard loss.
They lose 2 more.
Second and 12 at the St. Mary's 24-yard.
St. Mary's has sat everybody that's important on the offense and defense.
And off to number 9. And he gets stacked up at the yard line. The line of scrimmage.
They get it back to the 25. Third and 10. Under 5 minutes left, and they'll graciously let the clock run, I hope. Fenwick has taken no prisoners. They still have their starters out on the field. They got Fiscatoris from Lynn, Martinez from Lynn, Thomas Hazard from Lynn,
Down to 10.
Nick Valentin from Lynn, members of this Catholic Central League champion Fenwick football team.
Number 9's in motion, and it's a keep.
The keep by Barry.
Oh, he gets hit. He gets hit at the 30-yard line. 4th down and 5, I believe.
They give him out close to the 30-yard line.
Joe Conley's back for Bishop Fenwick. It's a low snap.
Again, the low snap. Again, a very short punt.
Ball goes out of bounds
At
at the 48-yard line.
the 49-yard line of Fenwick.
Bishop Fenwick takes over 1st and 10 at their own 48.
So the ball will be at the Fenwick 49-yard line. And Bright, the quarterback, is still in the game. We got under 4 minutes left. Fenwick is leading at 52-0, and they have their starters on the field. So I don't know if that isn't embarrassing. I don't know what is. You don't have enough points. You really want to make an even bigger statement? You want to embarrass St. Mary's even more? Fuentes with the carry. Gets ahead of steam up. Slips a tackle. He's gone. 51 yards.
Nice run by Davis Stepente. Action down there. There's a flag thrown.
And my only question is,
Got to separate the St.
why?
Mary's players from the St. Mary's players.
2 minutes left in the game. So Fuentes is their leading scorer. He's already scored 2 touchdowns in the game. The Stars are still on the field with 2 minutes left. They've made it 58-0, and I don't know why.
Stuff.
247 yards rushing, over 300 yards of offense. They've scored 8 straight times. Their second one-play drive. "24 plays run by Fenwick for over 300 yards and 9 touchdowns. And why not give it to Fuentes again, let him run it in and make the score 60.
Will be assessed at the kickoff.
Both teams should take hits for tonight's game. St. Mary's sitting a lot of their very good players, and I think Thanksgiving is far more important than the Super Bowl. But for Coach Woods to have his starting unit on the field, going for a touchdown, going for 2 on the touchdown, having no subs, there were kids on the bench that didn't play in this game, and putting 60 points on the board, scoring every time they had the football, and it's got to be embarrassing for him and his kids. And to embarrass St. Mary's like that is not really necessary. It's not necessary to run up 60. 24 plays, 247 yards rushing, and they get 9 touchdowns. And they scored 60 points in the game. And that's a shame. That's embarrassing on both sides. And this will be a classic rivalry that will be forgotten about 10 minutes after they get to the parking lot and kind of thaw out. A horrible night to play, a horrible football game, a lot of question marks on both sides, but Fenwick winds up the Catholic Central League champions, beating St. Mary's 60-0 on Thanksgiving Eve. I don't know how you could have enjoyed this one, but if you did, good luck to you. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.